Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
In a tragic plane crash. Let me now turn my attention to Mr. Philip Langdon. He hasn't gotten the opportunity to speak on this. I think it's high time he also did speak on it. Mr. Langdon.
Thank you, Bless. And well, like you started, we all have wished to say a good morning, but it's not a very good morning. It's not a very good morning. Some very heavy clouds are hanging over Ghana today. And the news hasn't been good at all. Hasn't been good at all. And my condolences to all the families of the 8 Ghanaian gentlemen who perished in the crash yesterday. Of the 8, it's 2 I know. Dr. Mani Boama and Comrade Ibrahim Mutala. The other 2 I know. Dr. Mani Boama, I met him the last time at the anniversary lecture for Professor Mills. And I used the opportunity to congratulate him on his appointment. And he was happy and he embraced me. He was a good friend, you know, and his loss is very tragic, especially when I heard that he's the only child of his mother, who I hear is terribly distraught, as could be expected. My very sincere condolences to them and to his family, his wife and children, and their wider family. As to, I don't know Mutala's family, but condolences to them too, and I'll do my best. If we get a notice in time, like Comrade Kwesi said, I want to also participate in his funeral in Tamale. The others, well, I don't really know them personally, but these are national officers doing on a national assignment. And as the hours, you know, go by, we hear bits about the personal lives of each of these gentlemen. I was hearing earlier this morning that I think today or so would have been Mr. Sapong's birthday.
Wow.
Yes. And that he was due to have been installed the chief in his area, I think later this month. You know, and in everybody's case, there is a story, each one of them.
I understand that the squadron leader also left behind a 2-month-old baby.
The squadron leader?
Yeah.
I hear the flying officer got married in April. He had his wedding in April. The sergeant, I understand, last month had his wedding in Cape Coast. These are tragedies. Tragedies. So for all of them, we cannot begin to talk enough about what their families are going through. The information, like Comrade Kwesi said, is that the president himself is also very distraught, just like all the colleagues they've worked with. And at times like this, you know, everybody begins to reflect on their own situation. All of us are going up and down every day. Not all of us in helicopters, but I mean, all over the place, seen to our various avocations. We pray the Almighty that He has mercy on us, that we can complete what we are trying to do and look forward to the next day and the days beyond. So this has been a very, very difficult situation. 24 hours ago, these people were just about getting ready to take off. They were all alive 24 hours ago. The aircraft was standing by waiting for them to just board. 24 hours. Now, within just a couple of hours, things had proceeded so rapidly and drastically. And the shock that hit the whole country has been terrible. Two leading young politicians, both with promise. I mean, look at the tributes that have flowed across board, which is a testament to their individual characters. It should be a lesson for all politicians as to the way they conduct themselves. That yes, you might have your political opponents, but they shouldn't be your enemies. You hold your position, they have a contrary position, but you respect each other. So this situation has been terrible. My condolences to the National Democratic Congress as a political party, to their colleagues in Parliament, and to the entire nation. But this is a national tragedy. National tragedy. The people of Akrofrom, the reports indicate that the farmers and the townsfolk were also so distressed because of some of things we are complaining about, the social media shots that we saw. But these people witnessed these things live. And so some of the families in Akrofrom are so distressed because of what they witnessed. People saw the helicopter flying. Minutes later, they heard a bang. People rushed through the dense forest. And what some of them saw. Terrible. So my condolences to them too. This has been a tragedy that had very wide-reaching consequences. The military is devastated, everybody. So as a nation, this should bring us together. Because in the case of each of these individuals, they have families, they have associates, they have friends, and it spreads wider until it touches virtually everybody. My information is that Pope John Secondary School this morning, they are in total distress. Because just about a month ago, Dr. Mani Buama was a guest of honor at their speech day, and he had done so much for the school and given the students so much inspiration. Then they hear this. The whole school is devastated. I understand they're having to virtually counsel the whole school. This is the nature of the devastation and the extent of the devastation. And while it's a devastation, it is also, a positive testament to the character of the gentleman, of Dr. Mani Buama. So we cannot talk enough. So while as a country we are all in such a terrible situation, in such distress, then you hear the ugly noises going on. And I'm going to plead with you, bless, that in as much as we want to let Ghanaians see, I will wish that we don't play, because even just this morning hearing just a little bit of it, it almost disturbed my mental constitution. How can somebody talk such? How? At a time like this, how can any politician talk about another political grouping, irrespective of which groups, in a manner like this? I condemn it. So I would wish to suggest that in order that some people don't get as distressed as I felt this morning, maybe don't play the whole thing, show part of it, but show the person's face while we discuss the matter. Because, the length of, and you see the extent to which he went, is so I can't condemn it enough. I can't condemn it enough. And we should actually extricate such behavior and thinking from our political process. Absolutely and completely. And we should, apart from the individual who will be condemned, the station that gave him such platform too must be, criticized. I mean, it's terrible. It's very, very terrible. As a country, we shouldn't have this type of thing. Sometimes, you see, when I hear some of these things, it gets me so angry. I need to control myself. So I just hope that we focus on the positive lessons that such a tragic situation brings to us. The situation is tragic, a national tragedy. People are inconsolable as we speak. And the tragedy and the sorrow and pain has no political color. It has hit us as a nation, Ghana. Like we're hearing about Venezuela. Far away, they are feeling it for us. Then we sit here. We sit in this country, and somebody can actually talk such. I mean, I think when somebody behaves like that, and also the so-called man of God who was also talking about some predictions, and people like that, we should condemn them. They are charlatans. Charlatans. Total charlatans who must have no space. National Media Commission should do something about such things. Something must be done. We can't allow people to, just because of freedom of... No. It is too bad and terrible. So, I just wish that the presidency, as of now, 3 days of national mourning has been declared. Our information is that the president has cancelled all official engagements for the next few days. I can understand how he'll probably be feeling by now, considering his personal closeness to many of these individuals. His very own personal relationship with many of them, who have worked very closely with him over the years. Let us not forget also that we have not too long ago come out of an election, which was preceded by a grueling campaign, all of which has taken its toll. So I think His Excellency the President should also take time to get himself some rest after having gone through all this. Because, there's a nation to run, but we need him to run the nation. So it is important that those managing the President endeavor to ensure that at a time like this, he too, and his vice, the chief of staff is doing all the work, all of them, they must, get themselves the appropriate rest to be able to do the job. Because the country must run and things must go on. And while all these things are happening, they too must take time to rest. Because I don't think the president himself has had any rest since he was sworn into power. Trying hard to, and of course he's done well. Yes, we appreciate all that, but I think he should also, get some rest. This tragedy is something that has hit the whole nation. I think, in as much as it is terrible, it must make us very alive to some of the difficult challenges that we are facing as a nation. Very difficult challenges. There are tragedies happening, road accidents and things happening all the time. Let us focus on all the other families too who are also losing and suffering at times like this. So I will just say that this tragedy, yes, it is top government officials that it has happened to. But in each person's situation, their families that have been affected. Yeah. It's a personal thing in as much as it is very personal to a lot of people. So while people share videos and audios, and also the media persons, yesterday, some of the ways some media reports were conducted were just not acceptable at all. Some of the media personnel, totally insensitive.
Some of them actually showed pictures of the you know, charred.
Apart from that,
charred
yes.
bodies.
Apart from that, those ones we have condemned.
Yeah.
But they went into offices where people were trying to have private meetings, and some media men were going there with their cameras. I thought that was such a terrible invasion of privacy. This thing had just happened, and people were terrible. Even at Jubilee House, I saw it happen there. Some people were terribly distraught, and they were, Zoom. Oh, I thought that was the most insensitive. You know. So, well, like I'm saying, it is, and is ongoing, a terrible tragedy for Ghana. I just pray that the families, particularly, you know, the close families of these 8 individuals, because in each one situation there is a story. In each one situation there is a story. The flying officer, for example, I understand his wife is actually the counselor, not just for the. She's a Navy officer, not just for the Ghana Navy, but for the Air Force Base and the 2nd Battalion, all in Takoradi. She is the one counselor for all of them. Now, at a time like this, who's going to counsel her? So it is a tragedy for each of the families. So we can't console them enough. My condolences to them, and it is a bereavement to the entire nation. And I would just hope and pray that all of us, in our commentaries and everything, we are sensitive to, you know, and those so-called self-appointed charlatans. I think this is a time for us to call them out. It's like some of them just wait for something terrible to happen and start saying, I said it. Mm-hmm. I was the one who predicted. And I'm predicting that we must condemn all of those people. Condemn them outright. You know. So anyway, that's what I'll say on this matter at this time. On such a terrible national tragedy that has hit us. Yeah.
Right. I think we have to play that video briefly of supposed. I say supposed because I don't see how anybody, excuse my French, with a brain would sit on national television and make such comments in the wake of a national tragedy. But let's quickly look at that.
What are you? Oh, maybe I say to here. Oh, because here. It's Eva. It's cocoa foam. Cocoa foam. Cocoa foam. Cocoa foam. Cocoa foam. No, Madada woman. Ah, oh, maybe I not see. You're the caca, you're the caca. That's say, it's cocoa foam now. We see cocoa foam. Oh, chant to watch cocoa foam. It's boku fadu.
Coffee. It's what also the politics.
The politics. Make us some na be see some so. As some say. Asam
to the conspiritual realm.
Me we say me no bibi be si bia nyame na menasi. Ti Yakopon, o me ka cho say akando. Yakopon nim so akwa no ba ye health minister. Ena o ma se ka krebi to no. O kwa ho no. Ena Ewura di ne ba kumase. Ti God was telling him so be ye health minister na. Sir, all the health projects in Iran, continue them. Because it's necessary. Keke what can I cocoa for the say? Obe more 7,000 Obama. Now after the cocoa for the near to so, you do 128 CDs at the music count. Now they're ya. Now play them penny for best and watch it. A cocoa foam, a cocoa momo. Shanaka say, don't take things for granted. God is reminding you, don't lie to them again. They're politics. I'm telling you as it is. You lie to them. I'm from Kotwaba, Emma, Mahama Bayeno. These were some of the lies they gave them about the plane. They lied on the plane. They lied on the cocoa farm. Intino, sir, and one coupon so a diabom so mudia mufanka cam. Where the next remembrance. It's way that should be a
Kofi. I'm struggling to understand
now,
what's being here.
Right. I am scandalized. I don't know about you, Mr. Philip London.
Well, bless, like I mentioned, it's only early this morning that I saw it, and it was on phone video. I was so angry when I was hearing the audio. I didn't even look to identify who was speaking. So now that it's actually been broadcast and I actually saw that it's Apalu who said this, I can't imagine that a politician, somebody who has actually attempted to stand for president, could talk like this. It is so shameful, so disgraceful. And I think at a time like this, for somebody to talk like that, he has demonstrated what he himself is made of. We are on national television, so I would not want to use certain words. Totally shameful, disgraceful, a disgrace to Ghana. A person who speaks like this is a disgrace to this country. How can you say this? And you see, it reaches the wider conversation about some of our, the very illiterate thinking in this matter, that because it fell on the cocoa farm, it's Jesus Christ. In this modern era, you stand on the national television and say things like this. And you see, it is sad when in our part of the world, when there's such a high level of illiteracy, and some people who may not know better are looking up to leaders for guidance, and they are looking up to somebody who's supposed to be a leader like this, and this is the kind of guidance they get. I condemn him. I condemn him for making such a statement. It is shameful, and it's I think, Ghanaians should reflect and see that people like this should not even appear on the ballot paper. And if they appear on the ballot paper, we should know how to treat them. Most disgraceful, honestly.
Right. Comrade Pratt.
Nothing more to add. Nothing more to add. These are the people who want to lead us. That's okay.
Right. Like I earlier mentioned, we shall be looking at other parts of this particular conversation. But yesterday, their bodies were conveyed back to Accra, and I'm sure we'll be showing pictures of videos of they being carried in caskets, with the Ghana flag wrapped, around the caskets. All 8 of them. So they were transported back to Accra last night. But Comrade Pratt reached a very important point. The reasons for which they were traveling has got to do with responsible mining. It's got to do with galamsey. And Comrade Pratt also makes the point that if anything, if we haven't been motivated enough to fight this canker, if what has happened would not motivate us enough to nip this canker in the bud once and for all, then of course we do have a big problem on our hands.
Bless, like I said, this is a tragedy, but we should look out for all the positive lessons that it presents to us. This is only one of them. I myself, taking some of the experiences of in the lives of some of these individuals, some of whom I didn't know, but things I'm just hearing about, I think we should all individually begin to take positive lessons out of them. So this fight and how it happened and all that, I think, like you're saying, should motivate us as a nation, that we will not let good men be lost when they are trying to fight evil men. We should not let them be lost, their lives be lost. And if it has so happened that there's been such a tragedy, their lives should not be lost in vain. It should be a motivation for us to strategize more and deal with this canker. Well, we are not sure about how all this thing was going, but the presence of the former parliamentary candidate on that trip, coming from the area, probably suggests that he was also bringing his own insight into his knowledge of the area to assist them in their plan on the fight against this illegal mining. So yes, I believe that it should spur us on in our resolve to fight and uproot, this canker that has come up. I saw a video the other day of some area where they had so many of these pumps and so many pipes. I mean, total environmental degradation. Total. Because the more the authorities fight them, the more they find very disingenuous ways to carry out their terrible operations. So I think, yes, the process that they had been initiated, for which they were playing a part, should never be. Yes, definitely there may be some suspension because of what has happened, but it should not stop. It should rather invigorate us, and spur us on, spur the country on, the government and everybody, to fight very hard to eliminate the problem.
Right. I'll read some more messages. I continue to receive lots of them. This one here says, good morning, bless my condolences to the bereaved families and Ghana as a whole. I think the demise of those noble sons of Ghana should mark the beginning of the final fight against Galamsey in Ghana. Galamsey is an enemy and a threat to humanity. As for Akpalo, he is portraying what is in him. By their utterances, ye shall know them. Uncle Gabi from Wamfie sent this one. Alhaji Hamza says, good morning, my brother. Truth be told, I'm down this morning and short of words to describe what happened yesterday. The crash that took away 8 lives of our beloved citizens. They were out there to work for Mother Ghana. I hope you remember the death of Major Mahama, and today, in my humble opinion, mining in Ghana should be banned for some time. I also think government should declare serious war against this Galamsey in honor of these heroes. We cannot keep on losing men of integrity who are ready to serve this nation with their lives. My condolences to all bereaved families. To him we came from, and unto him we shall return. Good morning to Mr. Stephen Penn, doing the watching all the way from the Upper West region. Bless, another Black Wednesday in Ghana. I can't come to terms with this tragedy. 8 compatriots gone in such a disastrous manner. My condolences to the bereaved families. Oh, Comrade Mutala and Boama, rest in peace till we meet again. Bless. Forward the video of that politician to me. Okay, all right. Let me do some more messages. This one here says, very gut-wrenching news and hard one to believe in the scheme of things. May the souls of these gallant men repose in the bosom of the Lord till meet again. Dr. Manebo Amam, Dr. Mutala Mohammed, Dr. Sapo, and 5 others who dreadfully lost their lives in the aircraft between Central and Ashanti regions, respectively. May the good Lord comfort and strengthen their immediate families and loved ones in this trying, turbulent times. There's one charlatanic character like Kofi Akpalo should be apprehended by Ghana police for trying to profit from this gruesome tragedy. All right, thank you very much. The rest of the rest of your words I cannot say on TV, but this one came from Ernest Everlove Kwashi from Dansuman. Thank you, Ernest, and always we appreciate you for doing the watching. Good morning, sir. Okay, all right, thank you. Some of the messages, I have to sift through some of the messages before I read them, because some of the things that people are sending, very serious. This one says, very sad indeed, but I think the incident offers every Ghanaian an opportunity to reflect on our relationship with He who is creator and the source of life. Okay, Yakubu from Sunyani sent this one. Thank you, Yakubu, for your message. This one here also says, I'm short of words. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm sent this one. Thank you, Alhaji, for your message. This one here says grassroots members, foot soldiers are in pain and grief due to the death of our two great ministers in the plane crash, Honorable Maneboama, Honorable Murtala Mohammed, and other stalwarts. We send our condolences to the bereaved families. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Thank you very much. We do not have so much time, but I'll take final words from you, Mr. Philip Langdon, on this tragic, incident that befell us yesterday. You've already said that there are some positive lessons that we can take from it, despite how gruesome these people died.
Yes. When I said positive lessons, I said we should find the positives from it. For example, the positives in the lives that some of these people live.
Right.
We hear about some of them, their dedication to duty, how they dealt with other people. It is those positives that I'm referring to. That yes, it's a tragedy. There can not be anything positive about a tragedy, but there may be positives in some things that might come out of it. It would let us renew our strength and revitalize our fight to Galamsey. Let us realize that there are people out there who would try to use this for very, very narrow and parochial and terrible interests. We must shun those people, and we must, as a nation, rise up against people like that. Those are the kind of positives I expect us to see. And like you said, I think somebody sent a message about our relations and things like that. I would extend it not just our individual personal relations, but even the relations between some state enterprises, some state, today, another terrible thing that is happening is that GRA and NIA are at loggerheads.
Yeah.
And innocent Ghanaians are suffering. Why should that happen? Why should that happen? I mean, I cannot even begin to imagine. I just hope that this matter will be resolved. Even if the issue has not been resolved, two state enterprises, don't let the public suffer. Let business go ahead while you resolve your issues. So I think that these are some of the things that we should
take from it. Yeah. We understand that yesterday also the Vice President, Professor Nana Jenopo-Kwajiman, she led a delegation to meet the bereaved families and formally inform them of the tragic loss, as is done customarily. So she did that. But I don't know.
Condolences to him too.
Right. Thank you very much. All too soon, our time is up. We've come to the end of the show. I want to thank you very much for your time, even as we all mourn. There's been a huge participation, particularly in today's edition of the morning show. And thank you for all the messages that you have shared with us. Continue to watch Pan-African TV. Those of you who have joined, or those of you who joined us from other parts of the continent, thank you for your time. Those of you who watched on YouTube, on Facebook, South America, thank you so much for always making it a point to be with us. We'll end the show.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.